that in the red, so with that really low agility, if you run into something too big, you will probably get ambushed. And, well, you have 30 HP, so if it's not too big, you might live. But anyways, we are in a throne room. This throne room contains 3 chests, which include an herb and the fairy water.
Now, also of note, the fairy water can be thrown as an item in combat, doing a total of 9 to 16 damage. Torches can also be thrown for about half that. So, in addition to having to hurt more, they've got that fairy water to be able to scare off something else. And here's our first opponents, the Magidrake and the Scorpion, both of which I'm actually surprised JJ Schmidt did the hurt more on that instead of the fairy water. Either one would have killed it. But at any rate, we're going to start seeing these levels flying. 4116, new spell. Looks like JJ Schmidt just reset?
I have no clue why he would reset there.
Is he actually changing his spread? Whoa,
no,
9, 18, 5, and 1 for Azrael on the next level.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. You don't have a key start. You just spent 5 MP, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe an accidental reset, I don't know. 5582 for level 4, we get a spell.
We get heal and stop spell, both of which very useful spells. Looks like Azrael checking this cave, but it's something dark and he doesn't really feel like bonking around right now. I'm fairly certain what he's wanting right now is just to grind things out. With a strength of 28, he can take lower end things fairly reliably with his bare hands. With something like this Metal Scorpion, that hurt more is going to be useful, although he's currently tapped to the bottom of the barrel. Probably going to be a death warp here so that he can go fight some more stuff here.
Yeah, he used his fairy water early, so not really much of a chance against that Metal Scorpion. Cave is bonk north and bonk south. And
Mountain?
looks probably tablet.
Yeah, mountain or tablet, one or the other. And without some way of lighting up the place, or without an outside, tablet is kind of actually dangerous. Because there are no monsters in Tablet Cave. So if you get lost, the only way out is to reset.
Anyways, we're going to have level 5 here with 7880 MP. Someone get Empty Eye.
There goes a Metal Scorpion to the big boom.
So anyways, I'm not sure what the first cave was. I don't know if anybody peeked into it.
They just stepped in long enough to realize it wasn't a place they wanted to be and kept on going.
Ooh. JJ Schmidt finds a rogue scorpion, but ambushes, puts him to sleep, and wrecks him. And that's really unfortunate, because that one rogue scorpion kill would have pretty much instantly caught him up.
Yeah.
And Azrael runs into a snowman, but gets away. About a coin flip the round way from the snowman. Will escape.
Druids have stop spell. That's not too dangerous later on. And that's level 6. And that's going to be 4 power, 1 speed, 1 hit point, and 18 magic.
Oh, yeah.
That's useful.
Okay, blow up something else and then Death Warp. You want that, or just Death... Or,
well,
yeah.
okay, that works. The Golem, one of the hardest hitting, nastiest enemies in the entire game. That's more than enough to summon right back home. Now with 41 MP in the tank, that's 8 hurt mores. This is an opportunity to really get some levels and get a substantial early level gain advantage so that you can...
In the meantime, JJ Schmidt actually went back to that desert where he saw the rogue scorpions. He's going after him, and he's catching up in a hurry. If he can avoid getting slept and wrecked, rogue scorpions are guaranteed to die in a single hurt more for 70 experience, and he actually takes the experience lead.
Yeah, while these enemies that Azrael is taking are worth 30, 40 experience, those rogue scorpions are worth 70 a pop. So quality sometimes is favored over quantity.
But yeah, jjschmidt77 out of MP, so he's gonna try to find something. Wraith versus Spectre. Well, that Spectre, that Wraith had a bad day. Yeah, jjschmidt looking around finds the northern end of the map and gets slept by a Wolf Lord.
Ooh, sleep and hurt more on Wolf Lord. That's painful.
Yeah, that's what we like to call the Diet Wombo combo. In the meantime, Azrael unfortunately misses Hurtmore on the Green Dragon and dies for it. Although he did see the normal breath on the Green Dragon. McGrew, that's not randomized. Okay, looks like Okay, so the first cave was the mountain cave, but it has stone men in it. JJ will win that coin flip. It looks like they're both in mountain. First chest in mountain, gold. It'll be useful if he finds a town, but right now, looking for something else. Like maybe one of the key items, like the Silver Harp, the Sons of Sunlight, or Erdrick's Token, which you need to make the rainbow drop. Although, first off, you have to turn in the harp to some guy in a cave in order to get the Staff of Rain. But eventually, you'll get those 3 things. You'll go find some jerk that's just out and about. He will give you the rainbow drop, and you can use that to make a bridge and go punch the Dragon Lord in the face. Eventually.
Yep, absolutely. That is going to be, of course, the final goal for our runners, is going to be taking out the Dragon Lord, which means getting into the Dragon Lord, which means getting the rainbow drop, which means getting all of those 3 items and turning the harp in for the staff in the appropriate location. Azrael got a little bit turned around, but is back on track now, has gotten that gold chest on the top floor. Meanwhile, JJ Schmidt continuing to delve deeper into Mountain Cave.
Yeah, there's other stuff they can find in addition to the 3 key items, as JJ Schmidt finds a golem and gets punched in the face.
Meanwhile, Azrael finds a wyvern, another very good Hurtmore target, 64 experience and taking level 7. 5 power, 1 hit point, 3 magic points. Wait a minute, we missed something there. Like, maybe some strength?
Oh, there was a town just north of Start. And it's Cantlin. And JJ Schmidt does have 800 gold, so could see... well, not much in that cave, but you do know where 2 gold chests are. You can pick up that broadsword real easy. You could pick up that half plate.
Yeah, 1,500 for
what he's got right now, I'm expecting...
Well, there's hand axe and leather armor. I would have... Yeah, that's what he's... No, he's not going to pick up the hand axe?
A little bit surprised by that. Hurtmore is nice and all, but if you start running into a bunch of stuff like the Sharlock enemies, where you have stuff like Green Dragons, Axe Knights, Star Wyverns, Werewolves, those 4 enemies can survive Hurtmores with a little bit of HP, so it helps to have some attack power, so you can just bop them on the head and finish them off. And
well, not only that, but with a hand axe, all of a sudden, some of these enemies that you need a Hurtmore to take down are suddenly able to be meleeed down fairly easily instead, saving your MP and extending your grind.
That is true, especially if you have to walk along. Blue Dragons also with the normal breath. McGrew!
Now, one one thing that was pointed out in chat, since he's already got hurt more, he's probably just grinding for broadsword money, 1,500, and I don't blame him for that if that was his choice. That's also a viable option.
Well, I imagine you go for that half plate over broadsword. Although, here's something where having a weapon would be nice. A Demon Knight. Demon Knight's very evasive, but only have 30 to 40 MP, and also only 1 in 16 you'll land hurt more, as Azrael has found Garanham.
Meanwhile, JJ has found that warlocks can sleep.
And he doesn't feel like that anymore. He does feel like level 8, though. For our next level with 1 power, 11 agility, 14 HP, and 5 magic. Not bad.
Yeah, that hit point gain is really crucial at this stage in the game, because you want to make sure that you're not going to be one-shot by a couple of these abilities we've seen, the Hurtmores and, you know, that other thing we haven't seen yet.
Anyways, it does look like a hand axe for Azrael, as he's down to just enough money to take the N. Yeah, and here you go. JJ tried to punch that Wraith, but only doing 7 damage. Not enough. Hand axe would have helped there. But he gets away. He decides to get away. He's going to keep exploring. And finds a town, and finds a Red Dragon. Gets away from the Red Dragon. That was only about a 40% chance, and finds coal.
And of course, 4 steps south of the Bath of Coal is a search spot, and Erdrick's Token, one of the 3 key items needed to progress in the game. Let's see what is available in their shop. We see full plate in here. That's nice, but he's going to opt for the half plate because he can buy it right now, and half plate in the hand is worth more than full plate later on. On the other hand, Azrael runs into a green dragon and is getting sent back home.
Missed another Hurtmore on a green dragon. That's painful.
Yeah, that's not too likely to happen. I mean, they've got, what, a 4 out of 16?
I think it's 2 out of 16.
Oh, 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 green dragon.
JJ Schmidt manages to bag a Wraith Knight for 72, and shall keep exploring.
Yeah, the RNG can be a fickle mistress at times.
Oh, is it just under 30% on 51 agility? Anyways, Azrael back into the mountain cave. Oh, Magic Wyverns with sleep
and the Dragon Lord 2 Breath, the full wombo combo. The first nasty of the thing is a Jerk Bird, the Magic Wyvern.
Yeah, that's not a Magic Wyvern. That is a Magic Wyburn. Anyways, I wonder who the first runner is that's going to take a stab at that tablet cave that's just been sitting right there the whole seed.
Well, now that he's got a torch, it's fairly safe, but he's going to be diving this cave. As long as he doesn't run into a golem, he'll be able to pick up this last chest that JJ was never able to get to.
Yeah, he's getting good experience off these Droll Magi's on the way. And final chest of the mountain cave is Fighter's Ring. That's +2 to your attack power. And meanwhile, we got level 9 with no attack power, but 6, 6, and 13 otherwise, and conventional hurt. Not quite useful.
Yeah, with the combination of axe to face
Uh-oh, JJ.
Oh, we've got a Sparkle
Validation.
Grid, and the seed has been validated. For those new to the community, there's a runner by the name of Sparkover, who's an excellent runner, and the meme is that there's a bridge with one tile after it. That's the Sparko Bridge, and the hope is that it actually is the search coordinates for the overworld, and save yourself having to go to Cantlin.
One day we shall have that dream. I mean, we've had... It wasn't too long ago that we had a 0-0. It was just under the doormat of Tantagel. Oh, green dragons with heal. So that's kind of annoying. Now it looks like Azrael is going to take the free return spell from the Stone Man. Kind of pricey, but just get out there and get going.
Wraith Knight just eats a hurt more to the face, goes down in one shot, easy 72 experience gain.
And it looks like Azrael does have Tablet Cave on the mind. And it looks, in the meantime, JJ is going to utilize this old man just to the right of the entrance. That is an MP refill right there if you talk to him. And there's your confirmation. It is Tablet. So no encounters, one chest. Just a quick little in and out, grab the item.
Yeah, just don't get lost. Fortunately, with the torch, that's not likely to happen. Well, with these runners, it's not likely to happen regardless. But
oh,
and hey, you got a torch back for you burn a torch, you get a torch back. There you go. Wasn't that considerate of the game?
Yeah, just get that check out of the way. You never know when it might be something big like a key item or one of Erdrick's things. Because it would suck if it was just like, oh, Erdrick's armor was just sitting there great. In the meantime, JJ Schmidt heading down here to Cantlin. So that'll be just the item shop and the gear shop. But once they get keys, they can go into the back of Cantlin, which will have 3 chests and a cave.
Oh, looks like there's a chicken's ghost, a poultrygeist.
Yeah, it looks like JJ Schmidt's gonna buy up. Currently enjoying about 300 experience lead, but Hurtmore Seed, that can evaporate in an instant if Azrael gets the right encounters like this Wolf Lord. And this Wolf Lord.
Yeah, these Wolf Lords are a really, really good target. They're a fairly consistent source of experience points right now with this Hurtmore on tap. Just pounding them out for an easy 50 or so experience per pop.
So yeah, at this point, we know where Cantlin is, we know where Garenham is, it's pretty much going to come down to where are those keys, because there's a lot of stuff that we've seen that we don't know about because we don't have the means to get there. As we're going to pop back into Cantlin, and probably going to utilize that 1,000 gold to buy 50% of a plate. Or the leather armor. I guess he didn't check the shop chest, hoping for a large shield, and will be disappointed. JJ Schmidt going way south and finds a town. I think this is just go straight south and you'll see this town. And so what we got? We got Breckenary, we got Hawksness, we got Rimmeldar is the options here.
And it is Hawksness. This is interesting. With Hurtmore on tap, you can take on about half of the potential encounters on this tile.
Yep, it's going to come down to what's on this tile. It's
a stone man.
Well, I got the first Hurtmore. It's about a coin flip to land a Hurtmore on a stone man. Oh, and he got the second one. He's taking him down. That's good for level 10 and the search spot. What's level 10 got? 5 power, 0 agility, 0 HP, 3 magic, and the fairy flute. I'm sure JJ Schmidt got so excited when that second Hurtmore connected, and it's just like, oh.
I mean, at least the fairy flute is a guaranteed run from golems now.
Yeah, we have seen a few of them about. And they are punching, which hurts because they have 120 strength.
Meanwhile, I mean, look at that golem. Into a wizard who are extremely resistant to Hurtmore. I believe that's like, what, 15 out of 16 resistance on that and stop spell? And ends up getting sent back home. And they're Charlocked, a big C on JJ Schmidt's side.
Yeah, but we'll have to go further south to see if you can just loop around or if you have to come in a different way. In the meantime, we find Bonus Cave, which is just a dragon scale. JJ Schmidt already had that for 2 defense power. And, okay, you can go under it. Oh,
there's another town.
Oh, there's both towns. So, yeah, there's Rimmeltar. That was guaranteed. So, JJ Schmidt is the first to keys.
These keys are definitely going to, if you'll pardon the expression, unlock a lot of things for them. You're going to have the armory, you're going to have the back end of Tantegel Castle to check, you're going to have the 3 chests in the back of Garenham. There's just a lot available. I mean, there's 2 potential caves. There's like, 8 potential chests here. A lot of things open up now.
And the big pick in Rimmeldar.
Looks like Erdrick stopped over at Rimmeldar for a nap and left his sword there, and it's just been sitting in the Lost and Found until now.
Yeah, I'd like to have that, please. That is 40 attack power, which yeah, it hurts. JJ Schmidt actually managing to perfectly spend his money down to 0. Okay, so the final town right here, by process of elimination, is Breckenary, so... Oh, and... kind of a convenient location for Ye Old Jerk there. Really close to Charlock, so you can kind of put off that trade-in until you're ready, and then just come down and do it all at once.
There's a large shield that they've been looking for this whole seed.
Have we seen Silver Shield yet?
No, I don't think we've seen a Silver Shield in this entire seed.
Which JJ goes straight back home and is about to raid everything.
Hippity hoppity, this chest of my property.
We have an herb. We have the
silver harp
item. The
death necklace. And that last one is going to be gold. So we do have a potential gold grind. You got another key item, the silver harp, and you got the death necklace out of the way, so you know that that's not going to be out somewhere else, cluttering up things like coordinates. And also, you know, it's theoretically possible it might be necessary. For those new to the randomizer for Dragon Warrior, we've changed what the death necklace does. It actually drops your max HP by 25% and gives you a +10 attack power. So if you've got like over 130 hit points, it can be useful. Otherwise, not so much.
Anyways, in the meantime, Azrael has taken the experience lead, but it's mostly because JJ Schmidt just found a bunch of stuff
and then found Grave.
Yeah, more stuff to go with that bunch of stuff. JJ Schmidt's just been getting a ton of exploration done and finds a cursed belt, which it just curses you, but anyways, finds another
second cursed belt.
Well, this is grind active. This is grind active. So that's not actually a cursed belt, that's the wings. And that's not actually the wings, that is... get rid of fairy water.
Oh, apparently it actually was wings?
Okay, sometimes it doesn't lie, but yeah. Yeah, what has happened with JJ is that because of how old the game is, the way they did items, they made it so the memory can only store 8 items, and that resets upon going to the overworld. And in this case, JJ has taken the 4 items in the treasury, popped into the throne room, which will add those 3 items to memory so they don't get taken again. And then because Grave is down here with a bunch of chests, after he took that first chest, he had the memory full with 8 chests, and once that happens, any chest you take will just stay there and you can take them over and over again.
We call it the gold grind, and that is one way to get the 14,700 necessary to be able to pick up the silver shield, but I haven't seen any silver shields, and with Erdrick's sword already in Rimildar, I don't foresee that becoming a particularly useful or applicable tactic this particular run. As far as clear leaders, right now it's still anyone's game. JJ Schmidt has a bit of an exploration lead right now, but Azrael just made his way into Cole, and we'll be finding the search spot there.
Azrael's already been in Cole, because the search spot there was the token.
Yeah.
Yeah, Azrael needs to head south, and head south quickly. Because that's where you'll find Rimildar, and that's where you'll find keys. Anyways, JJ Schmidt about to reach the final chest of Garen's grave. Just has a brood to deal with.
Question in chat, where was the fighter's ring? That was the final chest in Mountain Cave. JJ Schmidt never got to it when he was exploring it. He ended up running into a golem and getting sent back home before he could search it.
Anyways, final chest is empty, so that was probably an herb. Azrael gets away from a red dragon. It looks like JJ Schmidt's gonna try to walk it out of Grave. Oh, but the Demon Knight gets in first and will finish him off. Oh, Azrael.
Azrael falling victim to the jerk birds.
Anyways, Caitlin nearby. I foresee JJ is going straight for Caitlin. I think at this point we have all... No, we still have the 3 in Garenham. But other than the 3 in Garenham, it's going to come down to, does this guy have any numbers for us?
And also, if I'm counting correctly, which I may not be, but I believe the back of Garenham just about has to be either Swamp North or Swamp South. Now let's go and fight! No coordinates. That does simplify things for our runners.
Yep, you just go to... Yep, just go to Garenham, and the Stones of Sunlight are guaranteed to be there. Azrael's going to find Hawksness. Let's see if he has any luck with the Stone Man. Interesting. JJ is going back to Cantlin, I guess, to restock and then head out to Garenham to pick up the final key item.
Picking up a spare torch, I don't blame him.
And Azrael discovers the Fairy Flute is actually only 9 experience away from level 11, so still maintaining an experience lead, but... Oh, JJ never did Tablet Cave.
Margins. Well, this is definitely Azrael's opportunity to catch up a little bit with the exploration. Of course, with no heal more, just a heal spell in their back pocket, these swamps are a little bit more painful until they can find Erdrick's Wonder Mail.
Yep, and that's assuming it's not in Charlock. Uh-oh, Magic. Oh, he gets him first. And yeah, this is a guaranteed kill with the Hurt More, so as long as you can get him first against the Magic Wyvern, you can just blast him with Hurt More. Level 11 will have 3 power, 8 agility is nice, 3 HP, 17 more magic. MP actually our highest stat here at level 11. These wraiths hurt.
Now, we already know where Garenham is. If I were JJ, I would go ahead and pick up those stones.
Oh, JJ's going to finish out Mountain, though, while he's here. And Azrael into Rimeldar. So this is going to be keys. If he remembers to pop his head back into Rimeldar, he will get the sword. And then discovery of the jerk shall be soon after. And yeah, popping back in. So this is going to be sword for Azrael.
Yeah, right now it's still early days to say who's got a definitive lead over the other. Although JJ does pick up the fighter's ring, probably not what he was actively looking for, but you know, I'll take it. But now he knows that it's got to be in the back of Garenham because he's seen everything else. So at this point, going back there, and you never know what else might be back there as well.
Yeah, because there is a swamp cave with a spike towel underneath Garenham, and I don't think anybody's going to be doing Hogsness with a stone man. No towns really nearby, no sleep, low attack power. That just is not happening.
Have we seen Staff Cave?
Yeah, Staff Cave is just south of Tantegel. jjschmidt77's about to run into it.
Ah, right. Okay, so yeah, that's got to be swamp, either north or south, in the back of Garenham, which has a potential trap tile, which could be a much better grind spot. And theoretically, I mean, stone men are not exactly what you want to see on a spike tile for a grind, but it could always be something like, say, oh, there you go, perfect example, a golem.
And jjschmidt is going to toot the flute, put the golem to sleep, and get out of there.
Yeah. Now, the armor could be in one of those other 2 chests in the back of Garenham, or it could be in Charlock, in which case we get to play our favorite game.
The game of how hard are we going to die in Charlock before we get the armor?
Well, there's that one too, but I was more specifically referring to the pyramid game, as there are 6 chests arranged in a roughly pyramid shape, and so we get to guess which chest has the armor, or is it in the vanilla sword chest, aka Judge's Table?
So yeah, Azrael does maintain about, pop up your experience. Oh, only about 300 experience lead. JJ Schmidt's about to be in grind and go, so...
Yeah, that's the other reason why you're checking Garenham when you're doing, because you know the stones are back there. That gives you all of your necessary ingredients, and since he's in grind and go mode effectively at this point, you might as well check that spike tile behind there while you're at it.
Yeah, I imagine JJ Schmidt will get over here, and if this is anything decent, he's not going anywhere for a while. Gold. Well, there's your stone of sunlight, so... Moment of truth time. What is in this final chest?
Magic key. Well, the key was refunded at least, but that means the armor is certainly in Charlock somewhere.
Yep, JJ Schmidt going straight down here. Still does not know Radiant. Yeah. We don't even know.
Unfortunately, Gold Grind is not going to be particularly useful to our players at this point. They've already got Erdrick's Sword. There are no silver shields that we've seen in any of the shops. So the biggest shield is only 800 that they could both easily afford if they could find it.
I think you had to go to Breckenay for a large shield. I don't think anybody's checked the secret shop at Cantlin, and at this point I don't think it's going to happen. Alright,
JJ Schmidt taking down a Jerkbird, 3, 8, 3, and 17 more magic points. Still no outside, still no heal more, still no radiant.
Yeah, I'm not even sure which side of Swamp we're on. I don't even think he moved from the stairs, because... personally, I don't mind dark walking Swamp North. It's Swamp South that gives me a headache, because you have that blind turn you have to make, and it's just, no. Give me some light. Oh, it is Swamp North, so... Yeah, looks like he's figured out where he is, and the grind tile is a blue dragon.
I mean, it's not the best, although with Baby Breath as its alternate ability, it's not too dangerous. I mean, it's better than a Golem, and it's better than a Stone Man at 180 experience points a pop. I would take it. I mean, it's not an Axe Knight grind, but it's better than a kick in the teeth or the Fun Police, which comes to about the same thing.
Oh, looks like JJ Schmidt doesn't like it at the moment. Is going to head out and maybe try to find some of those green dragons on the overworld?
Well, there's another Jerkbird. He'd better hurry up with that hurt more, because those have the full wombo combo. Meanwhile, Azrael taking an intentional death ward by adjusting the position of the fighter's ring.
Yeah, I wonder what JJ Schmidt's play here is. He might go check top floor Charlock.
He's probably looking for a better shield. No, there are no silver shields on the map anywhere.
Anyways, it looks like Azrael is trying to figure out where these towns were. Yeah, there's your Caitlin, which we know already is a gigantic nothing burger. Is JJ Schmidt setting up a gold grind?
I don't know why. I mean, he theoretically could be. You think he might be trying for like magic armor at least, so that he's taking somewhat less damage from hurt mores, and at least a little bit of hero walking.
Could be. He's going to blow his last torch, and he's going. I mean, how much enemy hurt more have we seen though? I think it's maybe like 1 or 2 enemies that have it. Like, the magic armor will not protect you against fire breath, so it's not going to do anything against the blue dragon spamming normal breath.
Yeah, well, I mean, there is healing 1 hit point per 4 steps taken. You can eke out a little bit of healing, and without a heal more, that actually becomes fairly legitimate.
I forget where the magic armor even is, though.
And there's the gold grind. So at 41 minutes into this match, both of the players are only level 11. The agility is not looking too bad, and actually the MP is looking pretty decent too. But you're not going to be slaying any Dragon Lords with only 53 strength. So,
well, JJ is going all the way up. Did he see a silver shield neither of us saw?
I mean, it's entirely possible he may have seen something I didn't see.
Yeah, because he already has Erdrick's sword.
Yeah, he doesn't need the flame sword. He's got Erdrick's. I mean, large shield and magic armor combo is only going to be about 10 grand.
It's not even that. It's only about 8,500 for that. I mean, that's magic armor, silver shield, but I haven't seen a silver shield. In the meantime, Azrael has the Stones of Sunlight. Is going to maybe check this. Yeah, he's going to check this spot. He'll see the blue dragon, then we'll see how he plays it. But yeah, we have gained parity in the exploration. Oh, there's your magic armor. Okay, so JJ Schmidt will have the magic armor, but unless we miss something, going to have a little bit of trouble finding a silver shield that, as far as we know, does not exist.
Maybe he's hoping to grind out some more points in the sword tree to unlock dual wield?
Anyways, it looks like Azrael actually went through to the second continent, which we know by now is a gigantic nothing burger.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing over there. I mean, JJ didn't even go to that side of the continent, and he's in go mode. Or grind and go, at least.
Yeah, thankfully it doesn't look like it's going to be that big. Ooh, it does open up a little bit, but I don't think it's that big of a continent. Although, nope. Slime runs away before Azrael can claim level 12 off it. Yeah, this has actually gotten interesting. Oh, because we were kind of expecting JJ Schmidt to catch up or overtake Azrael while Azrael did his homework. Azrael still has the 300-point experience lead.
Yeah, but 300 is still nothing compared to how much these folks are likely to need by the end when they're actually going after the Dragon Lord.
Oh, JJ poking the red dragon, but that's not going to work out for you. And now you're dead.
Then was blocked and sent back home. I mean, there's always that slight chance of the crit, but yeah, no. To answer a question in chat, which chest has Azrael not seen yet? And it's just the back of Garenham, and we all know that it's not there, although the stones...
Azrael has seen the back of Garenham. He has stones.
So the only one left is going to be Sherlock. That's where it is. He's seen anything else.
Yeah, and this is the last little bit of homework for Azrael.
So Azrael has caught up in the laundry list of things to accomplish, and yeah, this looks like this could be a really, really close match. JJ Schmidt has the magic armor. Azrael needs to get himself a shield, preferably the large shield that's over in Reckonary.
Okay, JJ Schmidt able to take down a blue dragon. Yeah, and it does look like Azrael is heading back south. This could be a top floor Sherlock grind for a little bit. Would like to pick off something else for the level, though.
And a brief pause for station identification. Please make sure to follow our runners, the jjschmidt77 and AzraelRavenheart. We've gone ahead and linked those. I am Sneaky the Lost. With me in the commentators booth is Smashy, and doing the restreaming, bringing you all of this content is CyberDark86. Centroid is running the tracker. No, that's not automated. We actually have somebody in the back flipping switches. No shocky monkeys. Don't worry, we're being very humane with our trackers here. And of course, we've also gone ahead and linked the Discord chat, and as well as some of our brackets and stuff as well. If you like this stuff, you want to try it out yourself, come on over to the Discord. You can get your download for the randomizer there, some tools, your own personal tracker if you want to do it that way. Who knows? We might see you in the next tournament. These new players that have just started this tournament have been tearing up the brackets.
Anyways, while that identification was going on, JJ Schmidt was the first to gain level 12 with 0 strength, and really the only good thing on that level was a bunch of HP and heal more. And yeah, I think if we're remembering right, this was your large shield, so JJ has about as good as he's gonna get this seed. So now the question is, where does he grind?
I mean, I would go for the blue dragon in the swamp cave.
Yeah, you just got heal more. That just became a lot more noble. But he's down here at Sherlock. Is there a chance he's gonna poke in? He is heading in that direction.
I mean, it might be worth a YOLO dive just to try and see. I mean, he does have heal more now. That's the big thing he got from level 12, is the heal more spell. Also outside and sleep as well. So he got some useful tools there to actually use his MP on for the first time since the very beginning of the game. And no, I could absolutely see him try and dive for this armor. Check out the vanilla spot first, just to make sure that it's not there, and then see if you can't get down to the armory at the bottom. It's worth a shot anyway.
Well, JJ Schmidt forgot that you kind of need the rainbow drop to get in there, so a quick run back, and then he's gonna go at it.
A brief detour. Fortunately, he's just right here, so not a very large detour.
Anyways, it does look like Azrael's going to set up a gold grind as well. Maybe follow in the footsteps of JJ and get some magic armor and large shield going.
Yeah, question in chat, does the armor actually help the grind spots? Well, in addition to having better armor, it also reduces the damage that the breath weapons do, and we do know for a fact that those blue dragons on that spike tile in Swamp Cave do have baby breath, so that would reduce the damage that's going to be doing to you, reducing the amount of healing you need to do between combat.
Anyways, it looks like werewolves have the Dragon Lord breath. Thankfully, werewolves are one of the easiest enemies to run from in Sherlock, but still, that's gonna hurt.
JJ Schmidt managing to run away from the golem, only to run into the armored knight, affectionately referred to as the AK-47 in the community, due to how hard it hits.
Yeah, I mean, they're only slightly weaker than red dragons. And JJ Schmidt is just like, nope. I've spent a little bit too much MP. I want my MP back before I go any further.
I don't blame him. And you know, this is where you see the difference between the skilled players and perhaps some of the newer comers, is knowing when your strategy is a bust and knowing when to cut bait and start over again instead of doing something you know is going to be a failed dive.
Anyways, Azrael is gold grinding all the way up. Is going to be able to get the magic armor, but will be disappointed in no silver shield.
He's got silver shield money just in case. In fact, he's saving silver shield money just in case. But unfortunately, there are no silver shields that are going to be had. The best he's going to be able to get is that large shield and the magic armor. Meanwhile, JJ Schmidt's just wandering this first level, taking on all comers and doing a grind here.
Yeah, and I don't blame him. You don't have armor, so that dragon breath is kind of still gonna sting. Gonna do about 20 a shot. And blue dragons can chomp pretty hard. Blue dragons, statistically, if you actually go after them, have really good stats. Like, almost comparable to an armor knight, just a little bit less ink. That's just the way the run system is in this game. They're just unfortunately caught in a lower monster group, so they don't have fun police tier agility to block you with.
Yeah, remember, in the vanilla game, the only place to find blue dragons is in Sherlock Castle. They are unique to that zone, along with the armored knights and the red dragons. So they are not something to mess around with, but at the same time, they are worth a lot of experience. Meanwhile, getting up to the next level, 5, 11, and 0.
And double goose eggs on the HP and the MP.
Womp, womp, womp.
Hey, you did get 5 more strength, so that's helping to get towards where you need to be. Agility in the green now. A bit of an explanation about that. As you saw at the beginning, we have red stats. That means your starting stats are bad and should feel bad. White is you're building up, you're leveling up, you're getting stats, but you're nowhere near ready to take on the Dragon Lord. Orange means you're getting close, and if you have and green means that this stat should be good enough to take on the Dragon Lord. JJ, don't do that. I mean, you're right there next to the sword anyways, but just no. Anyways, yeah, the MP at 83 is actually pretty close to where you want to be. It's more of a combination of your strength and MP that determines, do I have enough damage to kill the Dragon Lord? Strength is nowhere near there yet.
No, obviously not.
And it looks like JJ may just be electing to grind the top floor of Sharlock. Not going back to the Blue Dragon.
It's not the worst idea. Green dragons, wizards, even those werewolves, even though you do want to treat them with extreme prejudice before they return the flavor. You know, these aren't bad encounters to get when you've got Hurt More on tap and willing to spend it freely.
Going to take down an Armor Knight for 172. Looking for about another 1,000 experience to gain the level. In the meantime, Azrael picking up the small shield in Rimuldar is going to go down here and get the large shield from Breckenary, and that'll be his magic armor and large shield. While he was doing all that, it took a little while to happen, but JJ has gotten the experience lead and ran off with it to about a 1,400 point edge.
Yeah, JJ Schmidt definitely does have an experience point lead, but right now I would still say they are very, very much neck and neck, depending on Char luck. Because remember, you can easily lose 5 or 10 minutes with a failed Char luck run. It's very possible. And when you got things like werewolves with Wombo Combo...
have we seen Wombo? You know, have we seen Sleep on Werewolves? I think I only saw Dragon Lord Breath so far.
Okay, well, even so, with a DL2 breath and a high breath chance, you know, it takes one bad move to send you back home, and that will cost.
Yeah, our runners are going to have to be real careful when they are diving for the win, because this is a long walk from Tantagel to Sharlock. And it looks like JJ Schmidt's going to bail. Didn't cast Outside. And now has to get out on a little bit over the HP, ambushed by the Armor Knight, and gets away.
Yeah, he's only got 2 MP now that he spent that extra heal more. Outside would have been a little bit more cost effective, but
a lot more cost effective because he had to walk past all the barrier tiles again.
Well, keep in mind, we're sitting back here in the commentator's booth, armchair generaling this whole match. When you're in the hot seat, you're under a lot of pressure, especially when you're running up against somebody who has already proven themselves to be a very worthy opponent by taking down Ali Jabrep in the previous round. So you gotta be feeling that stress and that pressure in this situation.
I'm just not sure if it's quite panic time yet, though. Because yes, you did start with level 1 Hurt More, but the stats are nowhere near there, and this was not exactly the friendliest of overworlds. I mean, you did have a bunch of like the mid-tier stuff you could hit, but there was a lot of stonemen running around, lots of golems running around. Green dragons were being annoying because they had heal, so you had to double Hurt More them. And while if Azrael was going to dive for the armor, that's probably not happening on 21 MP.
Probably not. He might make it to judge's table, though.
Oh, well, he's using the torch, so he's going to give it a try. JJ Schmidt is going back to the Stone Man.
That's an interesting choice. I mean, he's got 100 attack power, which isn't horrible, but I would honestly rather do blue dragons than do stonemen, personally. Question in chat, is stone vanilla? No. In the vanilla game, that's an axe knight.
The stonemen themselves, I think, are punch only.
Oh, no abilities. None that we have seen. It just punches.
But it's punching with 100 strength, so yeah, those punches do hurt. Anyways, onto the second zone for Azrael, running away from the werewolf before it can warm him up a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean a lot. Oh, ye old dragon of red has appeared. And Azrael has not gotten the big agility gain, but gets away.
Yeah, red dragons, referred to as the fun police in the community, it's when they pull you over, the fun tends to be done.
Well, it's not done for Azrael yet. Ooh, Axe Knight here. He's going to spend his fall MP. Yes, he is. Lands the hurt more, gets the one shot. Another one. But yeah, I don't think he has a chance against this one. He's just going to get out of there. And it does look like jjschmidt77's going back to the Blue Dragons.
Yeah, this isn't going to be doing that thing that the Queen song does, you know, another one bites the dust.
Oh, and there's red dragons on the bottom floor, so fun police all over Sharlock. But Azrael knows it now. So even if Azrael does not make it to the armor, he is getting tons of information. Like, if there's a borderline level, Azrael is going to remember that, oh, there's fun police all over the place. And that'll help his decision making. He may decide to go to an extra level while maybe JJ headbutts the wall. He is in the treasury. Gets a curse belt, magic key, Glod. Oh, we didn't even do pyramid game. Whoops. Azrael sneaking in there. 3 chests left.
There's the air
armor.
That's going to be a big help for Az. Now what he needs to do is simply death warp out of there, get into your grind on these blue dragons. Dude. Oh, okay, he's going to go check the trap tile. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, he's going to give it an honest go for the trap tile. Or he might just die to this red dragon there. I don't think he... Yeah, especially when it dodges. Yeah, he's just going to take the death warp here. I think he's seen everything that could be on there. Probably the only surprises that could come is that maybe there's a heal spell on the red dragon, but other than that...
Now, jjschmidt still has a 1,500 experience point lead. So, while this is really, really useful for Azrael, it makes these blue dragons less painful. I wouldn't say it pulls him way ahead, but definitely a tick in his favor. It's still going to be really too close a match to tell at this point.
Yeah, and there is a bunch of stats except for strength. That was like 4, 11, 9, a lot. As you can see, a bunch of stats just went green. HP is green. You have enough to survive 2 maximum Dragon Lord breaths. MP, they have 13 heal mores now. Agility, you're now almost a coin flip to run from red dragons. Problem is, the strength is just not there. Only 104 attack power at level 14.
Yeah, to break out the math for everybody on fighting the Dragon Lord, the amount of damage you do, what you do is you take the Dragon Lord's defense, which is 100, subtract that from your attack power, then divide by 2, and that's your maximum hit. Divide by 2 again, and that's your minimum hit. So with an attack power of 104, subtract 100, that leaves you with 4. Divide by 2, your max hit is 2, your minimum hit is 1. Considering he's going to have between 150 and 165 hit points, yeah, it's probably not viable.
Ooze, smart play from Azrael, just grabbing the key on the way through Garenham. So, a bit of an interesting thing about a swamp grind in Garenham is that when you come out of the swamp, you have the option of leaving town and coming back in to save time at the expense of a key. But if you keep taking... Nice crit, by the way. If you keep taking the free key right there, you can just pop out and back in, and that'll do it. Anyways, we are now officially in the grind. Azrael is behind by, oh geez, almost 2,000 experience, but has the Erdrick's armor now, so in theory should be able to stay at the grind a little bit longer. So anyways, while these runners are beating down on a bunch of blue dragons, let's talk about their potential futures. The winner of this match will be going on to face Up2NG.
Yeah, Up2NG is another veteran. He also ended up with a bye in the first week, and so definitely an opponent to be respected. And then after that, the winner of that match between the winner here and Up2NG gets to square off against Hierofellos, who in one of the larger upsets in the community took out Mr. Holmes and sent him to the secondary bracket. So that will be a match not to be missed.
Anyways, whoever does not get out ahead will be sent down to the losers bracket, where they will get the winner of Hangry Canuck and Velu V. A race which I believe is happening tomorrow.
But yeah, you can see right now the difference in the damage these two are taking. The breath is only doing about 16 damage to Azrael, while it's doing like 24 damage to jjschmidt. That may not seem like much, but it adds up over a grind.
Yeah, the key thing here is Azrael, in theory, is going to have to take less pit stops. So you spare that walk and you just get that little bit more experience.
I'll be honest, I would expect to see JJ after this series of grinding, when he runs out of mana and goes back to reset, I could imagine seeing him do a dive at that point for the armor and then coming back for this grind.
Yeah, that is a great point that Tadaru brought up. JJ still has to get the armor. And knowing all those 15 damage tiles you're going to have to take, and then Fun Police all over the place, that is still pretty much a full dive, and then he has to go out and do the full dive again, so...
Yeah, but this is still anyone's match. This Charlock is brutal. You've got Fun Police everywhere. You've got, some very dangerous abilities on tap from these enemies. Granted, some of them you're hopefully going to be damage breaking, like those werewolves with the DL2 breath. But even so, this is definitely one where, you know, you run into a bad golem that won't let you go, or you run into fun police with an ambush, uh, and it ruins your run. It's such a long walk to Charlock from Tantagel Castle that it could easily cost you a match.
In the meantime, JJ Schmidt up to level 15, man. Only got 3 power, so the power is still not coming in. Got 6 agility, 8 health, and 3 magic as well.
Yeah, I hope JJ doesn't try to do a dive for both the armor and the victory. I don't see these stats pulling that off.
Azrael taking a quick peek at stats. Low on MPs, going to outside. And yeah, Azrael's making the smart play. Hey, here, taking the quick exit because he knows that that key is there. And thus he's at no risk of running out of keys on this grind.
And being able to just hit that outside gets him to the inn faster and back into the action faster. Definitely a smart play, since he knows that all he needs to do at this point is grind and then go when his stats are right. So definitely a good play on Azrael's part.
Azrael not at level 15 yet when we learned Radiant, so a bit more dark walking, but after that, there is almost no way he's not going to get at least 15 on this session, so I was going to use the torch, kind of getting lost there, but it's back on the Blue Dragon.
Yeah, what I expect to see, he's only down to like 16 MP right now. That's 2 heal mores in the tank. I fully expect once this happens and he death warps, he's gonna go dive Charlock again. He's got better stats than he had last time. He's definitely gonna be able to get down to the basement, get his armor, and hopefully get some experience on the way. It may well be 16 that is go time. Who knows? You may get 30 strength. I've seen it happen before. But at any rate, you don't want to really get the armor on the same dive you're trying to attempt the Dragon Horde. It not usually at any rate.
Yeah, usually if you try that, you're either at a point where you can blow like 3 or 4 heal mores on the dive and be okay. Hey, or you're just immediately throwing all your herbs away and hoping Charlock plays nice, which is a lot of the time something you do not want to rely on. And JJ Schmidt is walking the full way out of town, so yeah, that is wasting a bit of time because he has to walk all the way left, all the way right, has to fight the NPC wall, and then he has to go all the way back through the NPC wall again, pretty much making 2 trips through town wall. Azrael only has to make about 1.5 because you do have to walk from the Garenham entrance over, so that is a full walk over to the right. But yeah, these little time shaves could add up if the strength just decides not to show up. Oh, but kaboom, critical hit for JJ. And yeah, it's only going to be a handful of blue dragons before JJ gains the level here. It does look like JJ is maintaining that about 2,000 experience lead. In fact, may have grown it a bit.
Certainly crit fishing here.
Oh wow, Azrael down to 1 health. Didn't want to risk a miss. And down goes that blue dragon. Again, next blue dragon we'll get for JJ. In the meantime, this blue dragon will give Azrael level 15. So there you go, level 16 incoming for JJ Schmidt. It has... Oh, there's some power.
Not quite enough, but definitely what you want to see in this situation.
Yeah, now the blue dragons are going to start dying a lot faster. But other than that, really not much else on the stats. Only 1 agility, which is another defense point, but still looking for a little bit more to be able to hit that magic number to... Well, no, he'll be at the number to reduce the Dragon Lord 2's melee to 48 once he gets the armor. Yeah, he's 4 defense points down. Once he gets Erdrick's armor, that defense on this level would be 88.
Yeah, so that's going to be enough to make sure that the Dragon Lord's physical attacks don't do more than the maximum 48 points of damage a Dragon Lord 2 breath can do to them with the armor equipped. So, yeah, right now, JJ Schmidt, of course, having more attack power, is able to take down these dragons, usually in 1 fewer hit. That's going to accelerate his rate, but he still needs that Erdrick's armor, so that could very easily be a wash.
Yeah, it looks like Azrael's going to have to take his next pit stop here shortly. Got 16 MP, so I imagine 1 more heal more use, and then try fight down, then outside. Yeah, like I imagine this is going to be Azrael's last blue dragon for this grind session. I expect the outside to come here, because he doesn't have enough spare MP to use even conventional heal. Or he's going to go for 1 more. If he has to heal more here, he will have to walk out, so that's going to delay him a little bit.
Yeah, right now, I mean, it's still, even this late in the match, it's still too early to say exactly who is gonna be ahead at this point, because JJ Smith's got the experience lead by a pretty decent margin, but still needs to get the armor, and with this Charlock, there's almost no way you're gonna get the armor at the same time, so it's still anybody's match. It really is. And we won't really know whose match it's going to be until later. However, Azrael running out of MP,
yeah, I don't
will
know.
be getting sent back home. Unfortunately, that's going to actually hurt the grind a bit.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused there, because he started that fight on only about 48 or so HP, so... strength is nowhere near enough. JJ getting trolled by this NPC. Is Azrael actually going to switch grinds over to the Stone Man? Nope. Kind of interesting. He might be hoping that level 16 is good enough, but... as we can see, it's not, and it's ultra risky to think that on 65 strength. Usually you want about upper 80s at the minimum.
Yeah, upper 80s, 90s. That's where you really want to be for taking on the Dragon Lord. So you can't really count on the big bucks levels. I mean, it is a decent level. It's 11 strength. That's not insignificant. But it's not even close to what you're going to need to take on the Dragon Lord. I mean...
yeah, it does look like Azrael's going down. In the meantime, jjschmidt just taking out these blue dragons is only 3 away from the level and just took that one out. So 2 more blue dragons, we'll see level 17. If 17 isn't it? He's still got a lot of MP. He could go ahead and get 18 on this grind session. In the meantime, Azrael, I think, is decided on top floor Sharlock.
I mean, it's not the worst idea. I would have just kept doing the blue dragons personally, but I mean, these enemies here are much less of a threat to him now than they were earlier. It's viable.
Maybe he's gonna finish out the level here, and then maybe he's thinking,
yeah,
I'm gonna finish out.
Thinking, let me grind out to 16. If it looks good, I'll dive. If it doesn't look good, I'll just head back out to Garenham and continue working on the blues.
Yeah, I guess he feels a bit behind and he wants to be in Sharlock when it's go time, but not even 17 was good enough. It did bring some strength, about 5 more, but still, that's not enough. 123 attack power, that's only a 5 to 11 damage range. That is nowhere near enough to defeat the Dragon Lord.
Nope, so we're looking at least level 18 before we're in go mode.
Did gain extra heal more on level 17, but doesn't matter if you can't get through that defense. This green dragon will be the level for Azrael. And then we'll see what his plays from here. Hawksness is a Stone Man.
Yeah, unfortunately, the only other spike tile option is Hawksness, and that's a Stone Man, so blue dragons are just going to be a better option. Azrael getting the bad news about 16. It's nice, but it's not that nice. So off to Breckenary he goes, probably to heal up and head back to Garenham.
Or is he going to be crazy and take a bunch of fairy water and try to win right now?
He doesn't have it right now. I'm sorry. Not with 118 attack power. Even with Fairy Water, you're doing 9 to 4 damage. Not gonna work.
Nope, he's just buying normal supplies. We aren't going that crazy yet. JJ's still on the grind, and his experience lead now has just... It's starting to explode out.
Also, briefly in Azrael, you found a very uncommon lag bug due to how many figures were on the screen at one time. He just managed to get it just right so that it started lagging him down.
Yeah, it's kind of the risk you take walking out of that item shop. Just a whole bunch of NPCs milling about. Sometimes you get too many, and you get the rare occurrence of lag in this game.
Because what happens is there's only enough room in the memory for so many icons to be drawn, and so it will cycle through them as fast as it can, and that eats up a lot of the that eats up a lot of the processing power.
In the meantime, what was only about a 2,000 experience lead has ballooned into 4,000. As JJ Schmidt is not that far off of Latine, and like I said, very good chance. And oh, wait a sec, Azrael did load up on Fairy Water. He's going for it. I'm not... Yeah, that... Oh, he's still going after the werewolf. Did beat him in 2 hits, so... Kind of a weird diving grind, and... Problem is, he's breaking Star Wyverns and Green Dragons and Werewolves, and Wizards. Problem is, okay, the Wizards are fine, but Werewolves have Dragon Lord Breath, and I don't think we saw any Star Wyverns or Green Dragon. Oh, okay, let me shut up for a moment. There's a Green Dragon right there.
As I recall, Green Dragons have Baby Breath and Heal.
Yeah, Heal's annoying, but at this point, you can but yeah, just straight through the Heal.
As is probably thinking, I'm going up against JJ Schmidt. I've got to be behind. I'm an hour and a half into this seed, and I'm getting nowhere fast. I've got to be behind. I've got to do a YOLO strat, or I'm just gonna not get out here. That's got to be what he's thinking at this point. That's the only reason I can think for him to be pulling this kind of a YOLO risky strat.
And don't look now, JJ got 5 more strength. 128 strength. It's in the yellow, which you kind of need your other stats to be good. The other stats are really good. 18 is certainly viable.
Yeah, JJ doesn't have the armor yet. If nothing else, what I would do if I were JJ with those stats is I would at least get the armor, see where I am. Probably not going to be viable for Dragon Lord at that point. So outside, heal up in Breckenary, come back, and do this. 14 to 7 damage is not horrible, especially not with 119 hit points. And what is that? 14 heal mores in the tank?
Yep, 14 heal mores. With a 128 damage, 128 attack power, that's 7 to 14. 14 heal mores with that kind of strength is actually about what you need, so...
Yeah, toss in some fairy water to give yourself a buffer. You should be good on that. The only
that's
problem
actually
is
kind
you
of
need armor.
Like, it's not likely to happen, but it is getting scarily close to where if JJ Schmidt can maybe only spend 1 heal more, maybe only 2 on the way down, he could win he could do the entire thing at once. And yeah, Azrael has just spent MP, so manages to crit the red dragon to oblivion, but this is
this
not
is a dead
looking.
run. This is a dead run. He's got to know it's a dead run by now. The question is, does he twig to the fact that it's a dead run, get out of here and start farming those blue dragons, or is he going to try to continue grinding down? Maybe check out that trap tile in front of the Dragon Lord and see what's there, just to see if that might not be a better grind spot. I mean, he's still got
on an attack only. Considering the blue dragon spamming Brady Breath, that was probably your best bet.
I mean, there's always Axe Knights.
Yeah, but they seem like swinging. It seems like they're swinging a whole bunch. I mean, there's a fair chance. I mean, you should beat them in 3 hits every time, and there's a fair chance, I think, that you can beat them in 2. Not with rolls like that, but... Although, if he can squeak out this level and spend no more MP in the process, and then maybe get some really good luck on the Dragon Lord, like a bunch of doubles, maybe?
This has got to be... Either this is a dive to check this spike tile, hoping it's something better than a blue dragon, or this is just a pure desperation move.
Yeah, like, he's in absolute desperation mode. I'm trying to think of a scenario where he gets away with this. I mean, the odds are going to be against him no matter what.
And there's another heal, but he's still got 12 heal mores in the tank. That's still not going to be enough, but at least he didn't blow an extra heal more that way. And here's the spike tile.
It is...
Golem! Ouch! Not what you wanted to see here.
Or just... He might just spam flute and kill golems. Because it's only going to take 3 golems to get the level.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. In the randomizer, they are worth 255 experience pop. It's not horrible. Meanwhile, JJ Schmidt, diving for his armor, runs into a golem already on low health because of these barrier tiles, manages to pull out his flute, puts it to sleep. Will almost certainly be running. Yep, there's the run.
Boom headshot from Azrael to take out Golem. But yeah, if Azrael gets good sleep luck here, he could take out these last 2 golems and not spend... Oh, that's not good sleep luck. Yeah, he's down to 2 herbs now, and probably going to have to blow both of them during the grind. Oh, that is... Sleep... I prefer fluting before I heal more in case you get a nice long sleep.
Yeah, agreed. At this point, there's no way he's going to be able to take on the Dragon Lord, not with only 11 heal mores and an attack power of 118.
Well, this is for the... Oh, ambushed.
Yeah, what he's probably going to do is just take the grind that he's offered here. There's no real reason not to. It's not that much longer a grind than the Blue Dragons at this point since you're already here. And then outside, regroup, and try again.
I mean, the thing is, if Azrael leaves the moment he gets this level and then starts his dive again... Which JJ? Oh, JJ is on 107 MP. That is still 13 heal more.
If I were JJ, I know I'd be feeling the crush with Azrael as an opponent, but I'm sorry, I don't hardly ever dive for armor and victory in the same dive, especially not with all this fun police all over the place. Unless he gets phenomenally lucky here.
If he gets there, he has it.
Well, looks like we just got somebody come in. Where was the armor? You're about to see it in person.
Yeah, jjschmidt only blew about 10 MP on the dive. I know you just said don't try it, but there's an opportunity here. JJ could just waltz up to the Dragon Lord.
I mean, you're not wrong. Holy moly. Making it down here with 107 MP. That's still 12 heal mores in the tank.
Oh, just in case you didn't know, there's also Armor Knights down here.
Yeah, the AK-47 and the Fun Police are both down here. So are these werewolves with Dragon Lord breath. Blowing a repel spell, good move, because those werewolves punch above their weight class, and that will keep them off the encounter board.
Oh, jjschmidt is getting some awful encounter, like just encounters all over the place.
So long as he doesn't cast any more spells, but remember, we know he's got a golem he's running into. If he gets good sleep luck, he could still pull this off, but if he has to blow a heal more on this golem, no go.
Yeah, jjschmidt, take a moment. Okay, I have a bunch of fairy stuff in here. Where did I put the flute? Well, he's got 1 free turn, 2 free turns. Ooh, this is good luck for JJ.
And then it finally woke up, but now he's just gonna finish this thing off.
Ooh, rolled high HP. But jjschmidt is through the golem. Azrael is still
to heal back up. He's going for it. Let's do this. Meanwhile, Azrael also down, but he's only got 32 MP. He's still grinding on that golem.
Yeah, he's going. He has about 4 more golems after this he needs to kill. And then he's got to leave and come back. jjschmidt going after Dragon gets a stop spell. Another one.
Pointed out in chat, valid problem here. It could easily have a miss menu instead of using the fairy water, using the fairy flute on the Dragon Lord would be a very bad problem.
Well, generally you're fine because it's going to pull from the top first, so as long as you're watching, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Yeah, here we go. The fairy water's coming out.
Ooh, min 9.
Attacks only, double chance here, 88 HP. If another normal attack, there's a normal attack. 50 HP, that's a double. Ooh, down to 9 HP. This is really low HP. Oh, but gets a good heal more. He's safe. Last fairy water. How about some 15? That's more than he could swing for, so good shot there. And now you're just stabbing him.
Yeah, that double gave him the extra turn he needed to have a much more comfortable chance at taking this on.
And there's still 8 more heal mores in the tank. So there's still chances he could pull a second double out. Well, not on this run, but... Anyways, Azrael on level 17 is back into Sharlock. Is going
Still
to probably get
on these fights, which is a little bit confusing. If you're gonna dive, dive.
He has to finish out the level.
Ah, yeah, that's right.
jjschmidt down to 3 heal mores. Lands a big 14 and gets a double.
Thou
and
hast done
finishes
well.
them
Break out your GGs. jjschmidt77 has pulled this off.
Excellent DL. Right, excellent dive to get the armor and win in one goal, pretty much erasing Azrael's only advantage. Like if he had to go out, this could have been a race, but JJ Schmidt taking care of everything is your winner in an hour, 40 minutes, 27 seconds. Actually, kind of on the long end for a level 1 Hurtmore seed, but it is what it is.
I mean, it kind of turned into a no-strength slug towards the mid-game.
Yeah, it just kind of happened that the strength wasn't there, and the two spike shell enemies were the ones that are coin flips to connect on. Anyways, Azrael gets level 18 on the next kill.
Fortunately, this werewolf isn't using its Dragon Lord breath. It must only be about a 25% chance on that. And gets the level.
Oh, and Azrael hits an Armor Knight, trying to run away. Blocked, down to 5 HP. Blocked again.
Blocked again, sent back home. Oh, no.
And is going to go ahead and take the forfeit.
Ah, he is, yeah. That is a shame, but, I mean...
Yeah, just Charluck for you. You hit that one Armor Knight or Red Dragon, it doesn't let you go, and you can just waste so much time and so many resources on a single fight. I mean, JJ Schmidt did prove that you had with the Fairy War stretch, you did have multiple Healmores this in, because he had, like, what, 2 Healmores in the tank after blowing one?
Yep, speaking of JJ Schmidt, I think we are joined in the commentator's booth. GG, JJ. You will need to unmute yourself, and I think this is a push-to-talk channel, so you may need to do that as well. Oh, no.
But yeah, as it turns out, JJ Schmidt waiting to get the armor with the really high agility to get away from the front police turned out to be in his favor, and he did have a little bit of indecision, but ultimately able to take it.
Yeah, but I mean, even without that, even if he had to dive a second time for the Dragon Lord, it was really down to the grind. JJ Schmidt was more consistent with his grind. Azrael spent too much time trying to find some kind of better thing than that blue dragon.
Yeah, I think what happened was Azrael fell behind and took a gamble and couldn't quite pull it off.
Ah, here we go. Here's JJ with us. How's it going?
Sorry about that. The mute button is not the hang up button, but GG to Azrael here.
Yeah, that was a close match, dude.
So we raced in one of the tournaments here, and it was close then. I think one decision very early in the race rippled, but Azrael's a close match, dude. I was not necessarily, not that I would have been more excited about Ali, but wasn't excited about facing anybody in this tournament because everybody's tough.
Yeah, I mean these newcomers to the tournament league are just really coming out gangbusters and just really pulling out all the stops. We've already seen some veterans like Mr. Holmes get taken down, so definitely not one that is friendly to the brackets, but one that is entirely enjoyable to watch. But you did go ahead and secure your victory, and really I would say your biggest lead was your grind, and you were able to get the armor on the same dive as your victory.
Yeah, I think the one dive armor into win just completely yielded because Azrael was trying to sneak it. He was trying to dive and grind and thinking maybe going for a win on 17, but spent a little bit too much MP. And if you had to redive, it was going to get close. However, you only spent the one heal more. You had the fairy water. It was ready to go, and you just took the Dragon Lord down. Just got it done.
Yeah, speaking of, welcome Azrael to the commentators booth, and GG on a well and hard fought match. You two were neck and neck until the very end.
That's kind of surprising. I feel like I played that one terribly. I thought my first 3 minutes were good. I thought the next 15 that followed that were just an absolute dumpster fire. And then I don't know. The levels at the end were just so on the edge that I was hoping that, like, I got 15, and I was like, all right, I'll take 16 on the way over. And then I got 0 encounters that mattered on the way over to Sherlock. So I was like, cool. I guess I'll like get 16 on the top of Sherlock, which I didn't really want to do. And then 16 sucked. I was like, all right, I'll dive and grind for 17. Couldn't keep my MP once I got down to the bottom. And then it was Golem, and 17 wasn't much. I was like, all right, I guess I'll just get as much EXP here and get 18 on the next go around. And even 18 to me didn't look great. I just am apparently completely bad at Dragon Lord math anymore.
18 was with the fairy water strats. I think JJ Schmidt was down to 107 MP to start. Either way, only 13 heal mores, and only needed 11 to win.
Yeah, I knew with the fairy water strats I could burn the heal more on the barrier tiles going in.
Yeah, I mean, you managed to get some good doubles there too, which really helped clinch that for you. Let me ask you. There's some questions from the chat channel there, JJ Schmidt. They're asking about that early reset you did.
When I was a little antsy coming into this because Azrael's a really good runner and I didn't want to mess anything up.
Okay.
With the tech speed, I was messing around with the tech speed early, and I wasn't sure when I started the race, and maybe I was just so pumped up to do a tournament race again that the text just felt really slow. But it felt really slow, so I just decided 100% make sure I just reset and make sure I was on fast tech speed.
No, perfectly understandable. You know, when the adrenaline is pumping, things can feel slow. And if you're thinking, "Oh crud, did I mess up the text speed?" A reset early to confirm that, rather than taking a whole seed at a slower, text speed. Definitely a good choice. The other question that chat had for you was later on your very first Turlock dive. Instead of using an outside spell, you just hero walked it back and ended up getting caught and wrecked and having to go all the way back. Uh, was there a particular choice, or were you just in the zone and just hyper focused on I gotta walk out of here?
Yeah, that kind of pre-Blue Dragon grind, I didn't really have a really great idea on what I was going to do next. And the only thing I could think of was, hey, if I'm going to try to do the armor later in one dive, it helps to search the stairs ahead of time because it's one less barrier tile. But then I thought, well, hey, I'll go down and see if maybe the next zone has like really good enemies. I mean, the top floor was pretty good at that point, and it just wasn't working out. And I tried to turn around and save it because I didn't necessarily want to die and go back to the castle, but that's exactly what happened. So, but overall, I don't necessarily regret it because then I just decided at that point it was time to go pick a spike tile and just do it, even though they were both crap.
Yeah, no, I got you there. I mean, almost anything is better than a stone man, so I don't blame you for settling on the blue dragon. Both of you eventually did. Azrael was actually the first one with the armor. He did an early YOLO dive that got the armor and got back out of there. And so he had the armor, but he also had about a 1,500 experience point deficit at that point. You had the experience point lead, he had the armor, so it was just about neck and neck equivalent because we figured you're going to have to dive, get the armor, go back, dive again because the stats were kind of marginal. And with all the fun police on virtually every floor, there's nobody's going to be able to grab the armor and then win on the same dive, right? And then you did.
Yeah, I don't know about Azrael, but maybe I don't like seeing armor in Sherlock, obviously, because it's pretty new, and I think the verdict is still out on kind of what the best ideas are going to be in any given circumstance. So when I saw we had relatively high heal mores, I think we had like 13 heal mores and relatively early level, I was thinking it was going to be possible to do the armor and kill all in one dive. Yeah.
Yeah, armor in Sherlock is. I'm still up in the air about whether Fairy Water on Dragon Lord or armor in Sherlock is my least favorite. Just because I hate all of the extra math that I have to try to crunch under pressure with the Fairy Water on the Dragon Lord. But armor in Sherlock just never feels good because you have to take 120 damage or something to get under the first floor. And I can never tell whether I want to grind before without the armor, which really is only enticing if you have an Axe Knight and you can just hurt more it. Anything that you just want to hack through feels bad without the extra defense. And yeah, obviously like hurt mores and stuff like that along the way don't help either. But yeah, I don't know. Both of those changes I wouldn't mind not seeing. I like the ideas of like fairy waters at the starts of seeds. I hate the idea of fairy water on the Dragon Lord, and it's just taking me way too long to learn the dang math. I threw away 5 minutes at the start of the seed trying to do Dark Mountain Cave. I couldn't get Radiant or Torches and brought up maps on my other monitor to try to bonk around, and my controller just refused to actually accept correct inputs. So I could not find the spot to get down to the stairs in the mountain cave, so I had to double back to it later, and I easily think I lost 4 or 5 minutes to that. And then peeling out of the blue dragon grind earlier than I should have also didn't really help.
Yeah, for throughout most of the match, JJ Schmidt had an exploration advantage, but that kind of evened out pretty quickly once we got to the grind area.
Something I want to ask is that you both did a late gold grind, and you both wound up going really high on the money to ultimately wind up with a magic armor and a large shield. No silver shield on the anywhere.
I thought I had saw a silver shield, but I might have just been confusing it with the practice seed I did earlier today. The amount I grinded for was full plate. Yeah, full plate and silver shield, just in case, because I knew I hadn't checked the key lock shop in Cantlin, because I didn't do my gold grind until after I had finally found Remolder. So I was kind of hoping that the key lock shop would have silver shield. As soon as I didn't really find silver anywhere, I just kind of said, all right, screw it, I'll take magic armor. It's the best use of my money, I guess. It'll give me a little bit of heal walking for while I'm exploring. And then it was trying to find the large shield, which was also a chore.
Yeah, the only one was in Breckenary.
Yeah, and there wasn't a silver shield. I just grinded it. I did magic armor, large shield, and silver shield because I couldn't remember what town the large shield was in anyway. So it's like if I come across the silver shield, I'm gonna want that instead. So yeah, but I was almost certain I hadn't seen a silver shield, and almost certain I had seen the large shield, but I wasn't sure that I checked every town either. So it was just a shot in the dark.
Yeah, when I saw you get all the way up to 2,300 or 23,000, I'm like, what is he? Did he forget that he's already got Erdrick Sword and is trying to grind for Flame Sword money?
I think the big thing was I knew I wanted magic armor at that point with armor and Charlock, so I knew I was gonna grind. I figured why not just double down.
Hey, you know.
Yeah, speaking of that flame sword thing, I forget which one it was, but I know someone nearly bought a copper sword.
Yeah, that was me. I had to talk to the wife, and I was going to Rimbledar Inn, and I instead walked to the weapon shop for whatever reason in my subconscious while I was trying to think about something else for a second, but I caught it in time, so it wasn't a big deal.
Well, at least if you accidentally did that, the Erdrick sword was right there to pick up again.
Honest to God, I was thinking about it, and I don't know that I could have remembered where I picked it up at. So I probably would have checked every other chest in the game and then remembered it was like 10 steps away. The only other note I have before I say GG's to Azrael and good luck in the other bracket. I hope I don't have to see the tournament. Well, I guess I do, because that'd mean we both made it really far, but I just felt like there was no really good overworld enemies, because if there was a really good overworld zone, I definitely would have sat there for a while. Never really found one that was any good.
Yeah, the only thing I had found on the overworld was all the mid game enemies, so it was great for while we were exploring, but not for when we needed to sit down and grind for 18. It was Wolf Lords and Druid Lords and Droll Magi's all over creation, and even a decent amount of Magi Wyverns, but no Axe Knights on the overworld, couple Armored Knights, but they were pretty rare. Plenty of Red Dragons and Stonemen and Golems, just in every zone over the entire map.
Yep. Now, JJ, the reward for doing an amazing job is an even more difficult job. And next week, you're up against Up to NG. How do you feel about that?
Week after next. Next week is all.
Week after next. You're right. The next match.
Yeah, I did peek ahead and check that out, because Up to NG and I started the randomizer about the same time, kind of headed into that 2018 or 2017 tournament. And so we have run a ton of races against each other. I definitely, even though I think I'm maybe the 8 seed and he's the 9, I think he's a fair bit better than me and knows more about the game. So I think the Vegas line would put me as the underdog. it'll be a good race, and I'm excited to race him. We know each other pretty well.
All right. And of course, Azrael, you have made an amazing showing for yourself. You took down Ali Jabrap in the first round, and that is quite the accomplishment. So definitely have come out of the gate kicking and screaming here. You're still going to be going to the bonus bracket, so you're not done yet. Looks like you're going to be squaring off against, let's see.
Tomorrow's race against Hangry Canuck and Baylevi. Whoever wins that shall be Azrael's opponent.
Oh, I thought that was whoever loses that one gets to be Azrael's opponent.
That's actually an elimination race. So
that's wait. The Hangry Canuck and Baylevi are both in elimination mode. Oh my, that is quite the upset for this kind of tournament. But yeah, whoever wins that, you're gonna be squaring off against. So, what are your thoughts on that match?
I've raced the Hangry Canuck once, but that was in Chaos, so completely different ballpark. I don't know anything about Baylevi. They're one of the I'll say the newer racers, even though they're probably not actually newer, but I took a 2-year hiatus, so they came in somewhere in those 2 years that I was not here, so I don't really know what to expect out of that matchup, but I know Canuck and I had a good race the first time in Chaos, so it'll be interesting to see if Canuck makes it through, how different that the race looks between us when we're in Standard instead of Chaos.
Yeah, and just think, if you keep going long enough, you're going to be able to run into Mr. Holmes.
Yeah, no, I looked at the bracket when you were talking to JJ about his part of the bracket, and yeah, I might have scoffed a little bit seeing that I had to end up in the Mr. Holmes quadrant. Whoever comes out of the Mr. Holmes race between, I think it's Holmes and Seawolf, right? So, like, either of those, I would like to avoid as long as humanly possible in the bracket. So, definitely not too happy to see that in my quadrant.
Since you brought up Mr. Holmes, I just want to throw out, because I don't think a big enough deal got brought up about this, but 1 seeds are like 0-3 in their last 3 matches. Because 2 years ago, I was the 1 seed and I lost my first match to BT. And then last year, I was the 32 seed against Jack and beat him. And then now Mr. Holmes, the 1 seed's on a losing streak 3 years in a row.
Interesting.
Well, we will definitely see here. But yeah, no, and after we're done here, we are going to be rating, looks like speedrunners were another really big matches going on at this moment. Looks like, yeah, ooh, boy.
Lord of the Sim versus Angel FM. We're going to be going over the Speed Gaming 3.
Yeah, both of those are really good runners, so that's definitely going to be a good matchup, and whoever wins that gets to square off against Rye Guy.
Ooh, that ought to be a good one.
Yeah, considering it was Rye Guy who sent Hangry Canuck down to the bonus bracket. But any final thoughts on the seed? I mean, both of you did an excellent job here.
Nope, just GG Azrael.
All right.
Cut out.
Yeah, sorry about that. GG Azrael, and I think he's going to go far. And I didn't think a Hurt More Star was going to take 100 minutes. So thanks, everybody, for the restream and the comms and the tracking.
Absolutely. Well, this is Sneaky the Lost. With me in the commentator's booth is Smashy. We've got Centroid doing the tracking, Cyberdark on the restreams, sending you over to Randomania 3 now for the race
Now we're going
already in
Speed Gaming 3.
progress. Speed Gaming 3, my apologies. So we'll see you there.
Hope you enjoy that race. And the race is tomorrow as we begin to close out this week of Dragon Warrior Randomizer Tournament action.
We'll see you there.